Welcome back, friends and family. Today, Lowrider magazine, November 1989. On the cover, we have a slant nose Porsche convertible, late 70s, like 77, 78 Cadillac, I guess. If you ask me, those things make just like badass looking lowriders. I love those late 70s Cadillacs. They look the best, if you ask me. And G-Buddy, I don't know if that's an old. This is what's in this issue. As always, if you want to read something, I try to get everything in the picture. You just hit the pause and you should be able to see everything. Oh man, is that the Caliboy giveaway car? It looks like that car. Yeah, that's a Sentra, and his is like the same kind of paint, it's a Nissan Sentra. Like I don't know what year his is, but it just looks pretty much like what we've seen so far, I think. Of course it looks totally different now with like the hopper setup in the back, but it like looks pretty much like that car he has there. Let me know in the comments what you think. It's from California, so I don't know. And the interior looks nice. But that paint looks pretty much how his stuff looked like. I don't know, let me know. Oh, but his has one suicide door. If I remember right. I think one door was normal and the other door was suicide. The trunk would open to the back, but we don't see that. Maybe that's his car. I don't know. If you guys know, let me know. It would be cool to know. Maybe we can help someone, whoever gets the car, maybe they wanna like make it look like this thing again, if it's the same car, of course. Oh yeah, what do we have here? A very good looking 70 Impala in green, Emerald City. I love the stripes. I love those stripes on the side, like the CZ Top stripes, but looks so nice. Like what a wonderful mix between like a 70s, 70s meets the 80s kinda, with the whole like style they have there. It's a cool looking car. Man, I love 70s Impalas, and I never got one. I always wanted a 67 and I got a 68. I always wanted a 70 and I got a 69. And yeah, now I have a 71. But like, there's just something. It's always, as a kid, I saw that Cruise America, whatever, AMT model kit, and it's a 70 Impala, and it had Cibbies as headlights. It was like a Barry styled custom car for AMT, and I always wanted that model kit. Anyhow, there we have a cool looking El Camino. Love the paint. This thing could be in Japan and fly like a Primera a plug or something like that. They have that style. They rock that style, and I love that they keep that alive. Looks so nice. So what else do we have? Another, like those Cadillacs, they just look so killer. Such a good looking lowrider. I would cut, the grill out, so you have that bar, so you have one straight grill down. I love that look. That Oldsmobile looks killer. Look at the Trans Am or whatever that is, like Firebird, like badass. And there's another one right there. I don't even know what that is. Nice 64. Wow. Nice. The new trend minis for all you mini truck guys out there. Mini trucks make a big comeback at the moment. Everywhere, like on Instagram. I'm on Instagram again, by the way. If you wanna, like, I don't wanna have 1 million followers, but like, if you wanna see what I usually do, hit me up. I gonna like put something here or something, so maybe you can find me if you even wanna find me. But there we have a mini truck. There we have those, you rarely see those. I like those rear windows on those Caprice. And it's a 2-door. Those are so nice. That's a 72. This thing looks badass. Nice graphics, like the panels, artwork. There's something about, you guys probably know, like Green with Envy. It's a lifestyle car. And I don't know, like that came in like Lowrider magazine, like in the late 90s. I'm going to feature that car. I love that car, and as a kid I had it on my wall, and I don't know, it's that window. I know that people, they dislike that, and most people prefer the later glass houses, but there's something about like a 71, 72, 73 with that window, that back window, and that roof line. It just looks nice. And to be honest, I always want like a Mark IV, a Lincoln Mark IV or something like that, or a T-Bird. But those things are crazy expensive. They always rust. They always, like everything, it's those are, for the most, all the Continentals, like the Mark IVs or whatever, they all have the big blocks. It's a unibody. They suck. But you have like almost the same roof line, you know, where it comes up. And it looks like it's almost chopped the car from the side. And it's a Chevy. And most of those things have like a 400 block, 400 transmission. Why not? You know, those things are so cool. And it's sad that most people turn them into donks nowadays. Every time I see that, I don't know, like those things should be lowriders. They should be on like 13th and just low. This is like such a good looking car. I know back in the day everybody wanted like big ass Lincoln and stuff like this, but like, you know, for a poor guy like me, I go with a Chevy. I would go with a 58 though. 63 convertible. Nice. Oh, that's not a Cadillac, by the way. Or is that? Those rear taillights? That's probably like a Pontiac or something. I have no idea. Let me know if you know. Most of you guys know a lot about cars, and I'm thankful I have you on the team here. Now there we have a beautiful 49 fastback Chevy. I don't know if that's like an old thing that you mounted, because the older ones, the like 1930s, they mount to the wheel well, and this mounts to the fender. I don't know. Or you have the other ones that mount right beneath, like the between the headlight bezel and the fender, those little things. I have a couple of those. They look nice. I don't know, but it's a 4-door. And you know what I like? This is old school. Have one hydraulic pump in the front. You would see that in the 80s for some reason, 80s and 90s, on bums a lot. Like there are so many, like, you know, like all the 42 to 47, 48, and the 49s, like 50. They all, you would see a lot of cars where they have one hydraulic pump and it would be in the front. And you know what? If you ever ride in one, it sounds so good if it comes from the front. It's just, I love that sound. I will put a siren right next to it, and then you just have a siren up front and a hydraulic pump. I love bumps. So where do I start here? Sorry, I get all... But this is badass. I think if I put like a hydraulic system on, and it's not a Pasco, if it's just like a, you know, like, yeah, I don't know, I probably would go with a Pasco setup. I'm that fancy. So they only have hydraulics in the front, I bet you. I didn't read the thing, but how it looks, you know. See, it's always just low in the front. It's never low in the rear. I would do it the other way, because I have, like all of my cars, they have that weird wishbone, you know, that weird GM thing that they had like the shock in their upper A-arm, saying you have to mill that and all that stuff. So it's kind of like a pain in the ass to do it up front, but I guess I have to do it. But if I would just, you know, like I would just do it on the rear. Anyhow, so much talking today. Nice Chevy. Is that a Blazer? And there's a Toyota Celica, or maybe even a Toyota Supra. Probably a Supra with the blacked out B-pillar there. San Jose, oh my god, a 72 Pontiac Grand Prix. I used to have one. If I find a picture, I'm gonna post it. I love that car. This thing was so torquey, and it was sadly like on the cheap look-alike, kind of like Keystones, but they came from appliance. So they were like, you really could see the stamping marks, and the chrome was super thin. I think those cars, for the most, you could even order those with those wheels back then. But I like that car. It had like 400 Pontiac block and a 400 transmission. It hauled ass, this thing, especially with like those little tires. And then we have the car from the cover. Nice paintwork though. I love those things. Very like 80s, 90s. Back looks cool. The Suzuki. Little Honda 65. Nice Buick Rivera. What year is that? 69? I don't know. There we have a glass house. Looks good though. 63 ragtop. Celica. Oh, front wheel drive. Celica. Love those rear windows on those things. There we have the Cadillac from the cover. It is a 77 Coupe de Ville. Beautiful paint. With blue and red that goes into like an orange. I just love when blue fades to red with like candies. There's just something about that. I don't really like the highlights they put in, but I think that was something you would see a lot at the time. Wheels are just like breathtaking. I would do a lot for those wheels. Nice murals. I mean, like kind of crazy. Looks like Hellraiser or whatever it's called. Kind of scary. I don't know if I, yeah, would take the kids for a ride or whatever, but I guess nowadays they like stuff like that. I don't know, but that's a good looking car. Interior is nice. Just look at the floor. Beautiful. There's this from the LA Clicks. I think I followed a guy on Instagram, and he has a 69. It's all black, and the roof has panels not like this, but like kind of similar, and they go from red into blue, and right where the red and blue meets, like right in between there, it goes into like a magenta color, and it looks so good. That car looks so amazing. Just so, and I just love that. And there used to be another car that used to be, it used to paint it the opposite, almost like here, but you would have like a red and a blue, and then all the graphics would be the other color, and where they faded, they would fade into the other color. This was amazing. It's just an amazing looking car. I try to come up with the name if I remember. Nice interior. Man, those Cadillacs are just so pretty. For all the mini truck guys, there you have it, your KMC wheels. Crazy, that was the stuff back then. And many people put like Porsche wheels on, all the Fuchs stuff. April stream, but it's in November of '89. It's a 59. Well, it looks to me they probably cut up a coupe. They cut up a hardtop. I don't know. I think the windshield is different. The distance from, you know, like the trunk lid, I think it's longer on a coupe than it is on a ragtop, if I'm right. I don't know. I just know from like building the Revell model kits, you know, they had those in like the late 90s. They had those lowriders, and they had a 59, like a convertible, and a 59 hardtop, and I always would get the hardtop, and I would put the lowrider stuff from the lowrider convertible on. And yeah, I don't know why why would you do that? It's like a whole different, there's everything different, and you have to stiffen the body and everything. And I don't know, I don't want to, like, I still respect it's a good looking car, but like it just looks a little bit weird with the roof. It has a 3-juice setup there, but I don't know if it's at a small block or not. Oh yeah, it says it's a 327. Yeah, at least they didn't cut up like a 348 car or whatever. A stick shift 348, that would suck. But like, I don't know, most of you guys are probably more into like Chevys and stuff like this. There was already, like, they would start to convert the 59 Cadillac for all the people from like Sweden and, you know, like all over Europe, like Germany, England, like the UK probably it's called, I don't know, like Sweden, Norway. They all wanted the 59, the Elvis car. Actually, Elvis never had one, and they all wanted convertibles. And for what I know, because I'm here and I've seen a lot of cars, there are so many 59 Cadillacs that started their lives not as a Cadillac. There probably was a Buick, a Pontiac, or a Chevy convertible, which is really sad, I think. And they would, you know, just cut this out and take the whole like A-pillar windshield and all that and put that on a 59 and then have like a 59 Cadillac convertible, which never really was a 59 Cadillac convertible, and I hate those. It makes me sick if I see that. 59 looks so good though. Yeah, small block with 3 juices. It's a good looking car if you see it from there, but the windshield, I think the windshield is too tall. You can tell that's like something is off. There we have the Caliboy car again, if that's the car. But it looks like this thing. Nervous center. Nice Lincoln. All this picnic and car show. Nice Chevys. Nice hubcaps. Nice panel. Show race Hollywood Lowrider. The mailbox. Let's see what we have there. Monte on 3. Nice T-bird. A Celica. Are those rockets or not? They kind of look like rockets, but then they look a little bit different. I don't know. The spokes are so thin. What do we have here? Like nice paint. Love the pinstriping, the scroll work, center lines. That's a good looking truck. Oh, we have gullwing doors. Custom grill. Secret Fantasy. I dig those. If those are center lines, I don't know, Krager made like a similar wheel. I'm not sure, but those look good. Wow, and a whole tilt front end. There's a lot of work in that car. Cool looking car. I love this thing. So there we have a Lincoln that is now convertible with spotlights. I mean, this is a Midwest like custom cams kind of style car. Lake pipes, fender skirts. No white walls. But it looks kind of cool. I mean, I like those things. And I really dig the 63 Chevy with, I don't know what you would call that, but like I really like that. The Hollywood top. I see if I find like more pictures of this thing. I think it's badass. And to be honest, like everybody has this hype, no disrespect. Like many people like next movie, that 62, that used to be blue. Now it's like has like this vinyl top from Japan. I'm sure you guys seen it. and there's like a whole hype about that car, where actually like this car was out way before the next movie car. And there is a drawing by Teen Angel. I tried to find it, where he was drawing like almost every like a 62, 63, 64, I think even a 65, where he did that style. And that was also way before out, like way before next movie, way before this thing, I think. And then also I sent the owner of next movie, actually like a couple of years ago, I have like many magazines, I shared a picture of a car magazine from 64. I think it was like a Hop Up or something like that. No, like a Carcraft by then, I guess. And he saw it and was like, which issue is that and all that, and I sent it to him, and there was a 62 that also had that look already in 64. So he didn't invent anything, but I like his car, and of course it looks like really cool, but like I like this thing way more than his car, to be honest. It just looks way more like out of space. I don't know what it is, but I just love this thing. So anyhow, there we have a, what is that, like a 56 Buick or whatever, almost looks like an Oldsmobile, like the grill, the bumper, okay, that's Corvette, but the bumper maybe is Oldsmobile. I should know, I love Oldsmobile, but it's definitely a Buick. It looks good with the Skylarks, a lowered hood. This thing looks badass, if you ask me. Oh yeah, so there we have a 54 Oldsmobile. I used to have a 54 full custom out of the 60s. The guy started it in, like bought it in 57, customized it. I had receipts from Barry's shop, and he put, it almost looked like this thing. Almost. But it was an Oldsmobile. And I don't know, he kind of fucked it up then. Got all crazy. And this thing is still around. This is a Buick Skylark, I think. It's gold, it's still around. If I find pictures, I'm gonna post them. Maybe they end there real quick. I don't know how many I find. But it's, I like it. It looks, it still looks like this. Still has those tilted up square headlights, that grill. There's a mural on the back, I think. It looks cool. I like those, and of course like the crazy custom Camps of America cars. That used to be a shoebox? No. Oh no, that's like a 54, 55 Ford. But badass how it looks. And there we have a 60 Impala, which also looks cool as a custom car. I think a 60 Chevy Impala makes a better looking custom car than a 59, and a 59 makes a better looking lowrider than a 60, if this is my 2 cents. Wow, good looking with that grill. And we have like a couple of Mercuries. Cool grill. Remember, this is 89, and he full on has like a 70s style grill, which is kind of cool. 58 with a tube grill, but this is more like a hot rod, I think. Nice glass house. Oh, and the chopped 63. There's another one in Sweden, I think, that used to be like a minty color, and there's a guy also on Instagram which has a Biscayne or a Bel Air, and it's chopped and it has fender skirts. I think it looks cool. Well, there we have a, what is that? A Caprice or a Regal? Oh, Buick Regal. Nice setup. Just clean looking car. Man, I would drive this. Just looks so cool. I wish that this style of lowrider, you know, like the weird 80s, like the weird 70s and 80s cars would come back, and not like the G-bodies, but this stuff, you know, which is, I think those are based also on a Caprice, so they are a little bit bigger than a G-body. They look cool, and like Pontiac and Buick in those years, like badass cars. Okay, let me know if you ever send in a love line, or if ever someone dedicated one to you. No one so far reached out, which is hard to believe that no one ever, I don't know. So that's a slant nose Porsche. In the US, you could order a slant nose, which would be a turbo with the turbo side vents and the big spoiler in the back, but it also could be just a little version, like the 2.6 or whatever it is, of like 100 and something horses. So I don't think that this is a real turbo, which is kind of sad. Also, by the way, I tried to find my old video. There's another Porsche, which is a Targa. I think that's an older one. That's a 70s one that made to look like an 80s one, and it has real hydraulics on it. And there's a video on YouTube, if you like Porsche Lowrider, there's a black one that I believe is the one that I featured in that one video that later was repainted, and they kind of have the same paint. So it's hard to tell them apart, I think. But this doesn't have hydraulics, as far as I know, and it doesn't have, it's not a turbo. And those land nose, only if it's in Gambella, I think, then they look cool, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Today I'm a little bit moody, if you can tell. Also, if you ever send in art, let me know. One of you commented a couple of videos ago that they sent in beautiful artwork of I think it was like a 65 Chevy Impala, and there were like two versions, and they only printed one, and they never sent him his artwork back, and it was like really like breathtaking. Was like awesome. Okay, anyhow, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in the next one. Goodbye.